Boris Johnson has been told to scrap trade negotiations with the EU over Emmanuel Macron's closing of France's borders with the UK, as People said the French president can't have a tantrum and get what he wants. Mr. Macron's decision to seal the borders on Sunday over the new mutant of COVID-19 discovered in Britain caused some 3,800 lorries to be stranded on the UK side of the channel. His move came at a particularly sensitive time as trade talks between London and Brussels continued in the hope of securing a deal before the December 31 deadline. Express conducted an exclusive poll asking readers how Mr. Johnson should respond to Mr. Macron's decision to close the boundary while the EU pressures the UK to bow to demands in trade talks. Asked, should Boris walk away from Brexit talks after Macron shut the border, the overwhelming majority said yes. 97%, 6,461, said the Prime Minister should pull the plug on talks while only 3%, 161, said the UK should remain at the negotiating table. Just 30 readers who took part, less than 1%, said they didn't know. In comments, many Brexit supporters hit out at France's response to the UK's announcement about a new strain of coronavirus. One person said Mr. Macron's actions were very immature, and therefore the UK should not continue talking to the Europeans as you don't reward children for bad behavior. A second reader said the Prime Minister should go full steam ahead towards a no-deal Brexit in light of Mr. Macron's attitude. They wrote, "No deal, Boris. Show the mummy's boy he can't have a tantrum and get what he wants." And yet a third said Mr. Macron had completely overreacted by sealing the border. They said, in years gone by Macron's actions would have been seen as an act of war. Another person said regardless of the circumstances, the French will always take every opportunity to prod the British, they just hate us. Others said the globalist president had well and truly shot himself in the foot with this border closure, because he was damaging his own hauliers and suppliers as well as the rest of his beloved EU which exports to the UK. On Wednesday afternoon the first truckers stranded in a Kent lorry park began leaving after France reopened its borders. The deal made with the UK means every driver coming into France must have had a negative test for COVID-19. But amid a frustrating wait for the swabs, hauliers clashed with police at the port of Dover as tensions ran high over the lack of facilities. Since Sunday they have had limited or no access to toilets, showers and hot food.